Okay, so today I'm here with my mom, Marilyn, and today she's gonna tell us a little bit about breast cancer. Mom, as I understand, you're diagnosed with breast cancer. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I was. In February 2008, I went for my annual medical and had a mammogram, and the mammogram found an anomaly, and I was called in to have a biopsy done, and at that time I found out that I had breast cancer in my right breast.
So before you were diagnosed, did you recognize any of the symptoms?
No, there
No?
was no lump, nothing. The mammogram picked it up.
So how long do you figure you're with cancer but without being diagnosed?
I don't know. My
You don't know?
mammogram the year before was clean,
How
so
long?
it grew within a year.
So what did you do for your treatment for that then? What did that entail?
I went and had a biopsy, and they had told me that I had breast cancer, and they graded the cancer. And when they grade a cancer, it's not like stage. You know, when you hear somebody has stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4 of cancer, that's different than a grade. A grade looks at the shape, formation, and the growth. And those are the 3 factors they take into consideration. So when you do that, you want to be a 1. A 1 is good. So it's a grade 1, 2, or 3. So my cancer for growth, formation, and where it was a grade 3.
Grade
So
3?
that was the highest it could be. And so that means it was fast growing and rapid spreading.
So how would they treat that?
Well, I had a mastectomy,
Mhm.
so I had my right breast removed, and they check your sentinel node. So that's the very first node that goes into your lymphatic system under your arm. And they check that to see if there's any cancer cells in it. And if there's cancer cells in that, then they'll take out more lymph nodes. So that's the first thing they check before they take your breast.
Yeah.
My sentinel node was clean, so that means it didn't spread into my lymphatic system. So the only node I had taken out was my sentinel node and my right breast removed. And then because of my age, I had just turned 46,
Yeah.
they had suggested that I do chemotherapy.
Okay, so did you, even though it was breast cancer, did you notice it affecting any other parts of your system?
No.
No?
No, and we have no family history, and I found I'm the first one to have breast cancer.
So what about the side effects of the treatment? Did you receive any side effects?
Oh yeah.
Like with the chemotherapy?
Yes, I was given a new chemotherapy that hadn't even been approved for funding. We had to get funding for it, and the funding came through 2 days before I started my chemotherapy. It was called docetaxel, and it would have cost us $2,800 per treatment for the docetaxel. And then I had cyclophosphamide, and I was on steroids.
Okay. So what side effects does that have? How
Side
did you feel
effects, it gives you achy bones. You cannot take your chemo in the same sites. You have to change sites and veins that they put them in.
What sites did?
They couldn't always put them in the same arm or the same vein. They had to find different veins each time because it could collapse your veins. I lost my hair. Lack of appetite. Heartburn all the time.
So on top of this,
couldn't go in the sun.
The treatment you're receiving, you also had to receive treatment for your treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So even though this treatment was experimental, do you think that you would have received the full recovery that someone else on a different?
Yes, because this is what would work for me. When it's not just my oncologist that decided what to give me. It was a panel of 8 doctors that looked at my file and looked at what would be the best treatment for me.
So as well as side effects of the treatment, what about side effects of the actual disease? Did you, maybe long-term effects or even short-term effects, did you notice anything after your treatment that was still remained with you even though you were free of cancer?
For about a year and a half, my right arm would get numb. And it would swell sometimes, just my fingers.
So do you think that was due to the chemo treatment?
It was due to having my breast removed.
Oh, I see.
And the node removed. but it's getting better. It only happens a few times now, or my arm will fall asleep very easily sometimes.
So you were diagnosed back in 2008, and you still face some of the side effects of the disease.
Yes.
All right. So do you think you've reached a full recovery?
So far, yes.
Do you
Just had
think-
all my appointments and everything's come back clean, so I'm hitting my 5-year mark.
All right. That is my interview with my mother. So thanks to my mom for doing that, and we appreciate it. Thanks.
Goodbye.